ครับเพื่อนๆสวัสดีนะครับเพื่อนๆพี่ก็สวัสดีนะครับเพื่อนๆพี่ทั้งสายมาเรามาดูบอลกันต่อเพื่อนๆคู่ที่สองก็แอสตันวิลล่านะครับกับวูฟแฮมป์ตันนะครับเพื่อนๆก็แอสตันวิลล่ากับวูฟแฮมป์ตันนะครับตอนนี้แข่งไป16นาทีแล้วก็ขออภัยให้มาช้าไปหน่อยก็ยังเสมอกันอยู่นะครับ0-0ส่วนของประตูผู้เล่นตัวจริงนะครับของแอสตันวิลล่าก็ประตูเป็นมาร์ติเนสนะคู่เซนเตอร์เป็นปาโตเลสกับคาร์ลอสแบ็คขวาคอนซ่านะครับแบ็คซ้ายโมเรโนกองกลาง2คนนะครับดักรักลุยกับยูริเตมันนะครับแล้วก็ปีกซ้ายใช้เป็นโลเกตนะครับปีกขวาเรียลเบลลี่กลางลุกใช้ดีอาบี้แล้วก็หน้าเป้าใช้โอลี่วัตสกินนะครับเพื่อนแอสตันวิลล่าก็ประมาณนี้เพื่อนมาครับเรามาดูบอลกันต่อฝากขอบคุณด้วยนะครับเพื่อนๆฝากขอบคุณสปอนเซอร์ด้วยนะครับสโมท็อปนะครับมั่นคง 100% เข้าร่วมลีฟแฟนตาซีนะครับทักไลน์สโมท็อป FPL นะครับหรือคลิกที่ลิงก์ที่ผมปักหมุดไว้นะครับในช่องแชทหรือกับกิจกรรมจัดทีมทุกสัปดาห์นะครับลุ้นเงินรางวัลกว่า 760,000 บาทเลยนะครับเพื่อนๆก็เพียงแค่เพื่อนๆจัดแฟนตาซีนะครับในลีกแล้วก็เข้าร่วมกิจกรรมนะครับแอดไลน์ได้นะครับมีรายละเอียดก็คลิกได้มีโอกาสใครได้ที่ได้คะแนนแฟนตาซีเยอะสุดมีโอกาสลุ้นรางวัลได้ทุกสัปดาห์เลยนะครับขอบคุณสปอนเซอร์ด้วยนะครับเพื่อนๆมา
John Carew. Oh, he was brilliant. Yeah, I remember John Carew. Yeah, big, tall striker. Banged the goals in for Villa. Yeah, I remember. Good partnership with Gabriel Bonglahor as well. Big man, little man thing going on there.
มาเพื่อนวันดีค่ะจำน้องพัดได้บอจำได้สิครับน้องพัดไม่มาดูเชลซีโคตรมันเลยเพิ่งตื่นเหรอมาเพื่อนพรุ่งนี้ปืนใหญ่ครับยิงเรือใบ20ยิงแม่งเลย2 ลูกอ่ะเพื่อน
From Chiwome, first time we've really seen him touch the ball after 20 minutes, but just got in front of his defender, held it up, laid it off, and then made the run. They got the move going. Of course, it's been pulled back for the free kick, but it was bright to see him get a sort of first touch on the ball. It was time to settle into it, but I think those players around him take a little bit more control, so taking the pressure off him a little bit.
Yeah, there's Doyle, long ball, finds Lamina here, left-hand side, can he keep it in? Dabs a leg at that. He was off balance with his first chest control, wasn't he? I think we all recognise he's playing further up the field than he because of the injury problems, but I'm sure he'll give it a go. They were just showing the touchback before that, and really Semedo and Sarabia down the right side.
มาดูครับเพื่อนคู่นี้ก็รอแมนยูครับเพื่อนตอนตี 3
trying to make ground, but Conser deals that really well, and then he doesn't. Percentage ball down the line, it's a shocker, and again Wolves have it. Doyle now gets it out of his feet. Sarabia with a strike, and I don't know, what do you expect there? I think it's always difficult when you're going to side foot it and place it, and keep it in a good position, made that look easy.
Yeah, what he could have done a little bit better. He seemed to hit that with barely any power. He had the safety on there, didn't he, John? I think when he swung his left boot at it. But it was good work from Wolves to win the ball back. You mentioned that ball down the line from Concept. He didn't rush. I thought as soon as the ball was coming to him on the edge of the area, he was just going to hit one on his weak foot. He didn't. Took his time. And he laid it off to Sarabia in a much better position. He was totally unmarked on the edge. Well, from one really great chance for Wolves and then a couple of half chances as well. And we keep saying it, but they have started the better. Aston Villa have not really got going from an attacking sense. They had that one chance that was pulled back for offside. Besides that, we've not seen them. It's not seen enough. Really.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tom, stats back you up their whole heart. The home team had 29% possession and they haven't had a shot. Obviously, they had that little break here when Watkins was offside and pretty much down his hit. Shocking stuff really. I was thinking it would be lump on Villa day today with the Wolves down to bare bones, but maybe not. Anyway, crossfield ball here looks a good one for Moreno to just control it, take it toward the byline. Semedo keeps him honest. Will roll out. And then for Villa to maybe build something, but let Villa light so far this afternoon just haven't got going. Obviously, we talked about again. He is a big miss. Talking about big misses, well, we see the big miss of Ainouri, and again, Gary O'Neill can't believe that's not hit the back of the net. It's a very good save actually from Martin.
Yeah, he sort of.
พี่ว่าไอซ์วิลล่ามจะไอ้นี่นะ
You know, if he does.
แต่ช่วงนี้ก็ฟอร์มแผ่วเหมือนกันไอซ์วิลล่าเพื่อน
He's going to get.
จริง
Huh? More, as you say, he does stay in the right position and just hits it quite lazily. I think he expects it to be a goal, similar really to the Blackburn game against Ipswich yesterday. Sam Smodics had the ball, just sort of hit it lazily, and the keeper made a great save. He almost didn't expect it to happen. It was very similar to that.
Smodics for the Republic of Ireland. Played great. Maybe weren't persevering. Ball over the top doesn't find him. We're halfway through the first half. We're listening to independent off-tube studio commentary from myself, John Hogan, and now to take us through to half-time, here is Tom Wilson.
Cheers, John. Yeah, lively start to the game, especially for the away side. Really, Southampton Wanderers, 24 minutes in, have been the better team. Mentioned earlier, they look like more like the home side. Then they got really settled, not really got going. Interesting game last time out for them against West Ham, 1-1 draw before the international break. 2 goals disallowed for West Ham controversially. A Zaniolo goal for Unai Emery's side came in between those, and spurred them on a little bit in this game. As you said, you thought maybe they were favourites. Not seeing them from them at the minute, but Watkins got the ball inside the area, back to goal on the byline, away from goal to Tillemans. Inside now for Carlos. Here's Torres. All 4 defenders are high up for Aston Villa. Back towards the halfway line now for Torres, and plenty behind the ball in yellow/gold/orange for Wolves. And Villa just keeping the ball for the first time really in the game. John, you mentioned the possession stats earlier. They probably need this, don't they? Just for a few more players to get a touch on the ball, just settle down a little bit.
I think so. And Moreno making ground again on the left, but ball not good one. I wondered about the idea of Tielemans being that sort of bankable ball playing midfield who's going to be up with goal. It's tailor-made for him to stand up today, and I was doing the Red Devils in the international break, and he's captain Leicester's they went down, I think they gave him there's so much talent, and I just think he's obviously played like he doesn't care sometimes. You know, I'm waiting for him to step up, but he hasn't quite done that today. Camera lingers on him right now, but he just hadn't fulfilled his brief in the last 2 or 3 seasons. We know he's a good player.
Yeah, well, he wasn't really in the side at the start of the season for Aston Villa, was he? He's worked his way in now, whether it be through his performances or, as I mentioned, you know, the injuries and the suspensions. He is in the side. He's in the side today, and his side is still drawing. It's Aston Villa 0, Wanderers 0. 26.5 minutes gone. You're listening to off-tube independent studio-based commentary. Wolves ball on the halfway line, digged forward towards Chiwome, the debutant for Wolves today. Back to Ainouri. He's not the man of the moment at the minute for Wolves. He's got 2 in his last 2 for Wolves, both opening goals for his side. Wolves, got to give them credit. They're not just sitting back, they're coming forward. The run from Semedo on the right-hand side, but It's not released by Bueno. Eventually is released and dinked towards Chiwome, headed away by Aston Villa. Watkins really deep, picks the ball up for them, goes left towards Moreno, breaking towards the halfway line, inside to Rogers, who leaves it for Diaby, back to Tielemans and then through, and Watkins is one-on-one with the goalkeeper, left-hand side strike, it hits the side netting, a great chance for Aston Villa, not taken, the flag might have gone up, it might have been offside, we're not too sure, but either way, he's not taking his chance, John.
No, I felt he was on this time. We'll take another look and see if that idea is right. Oh yeah, he's miles on when the ball's played. So he's goal side, he's bearing down on goal. The defender's not going to get back to him, and so he's got a free hit here. Takes that to the left foot, and then his first touch drags that ball out, makes it a lot more difficult. And the keeper comes out to close it down. It's not a good finish, is it?
No, does Bueno just do enough in the sense that he probably feels his presence, he maybe even puts a little hand on him. Does he just do enough to put him off, especially considering he's on his weaker left foot?
Yeah, I felt there that when Watkins has made his break, he's got a lot of ground.
Yeah.
And I think you can look behind you and just say, I can put the ball further in because I know I'm goal side. If he wants to get the ball, he's going to tackle around the back. So therefore, I'm going to make sure my touch takes me, but I'm goal side of him and he can't get to me. And then think about where I'm going to put it. You've got to keep your eye on the goalkeeper and all that. But what he's done instead, I think, like you, he felt the breath of Bueno on the back of him, worried. Then first touch, percentage play, drive out to the left, and then try and drag it back in to make it out. And they have the ball difference from top. I think it's one of those things, it's split second. If he's in form and not sure. Obviously, getting a shout for him, it's not a bad thing, is it, in your career? Yeah, here he is. He'll keep on going.
Yeah, here he is again. Ball left towards Moreno. Dinked across towards the back post. No one in there, and Claverton Blue overruns, and Nuri is going to be able to come away with the ball on the line for Lamina. And there's a strong challenge by Yuri Tielemans on the Algerian. It'll be a free kick to Wolves. That ball there, wasn't it, from Moreno? They're getting a little bit ahead of steam now, Aston Villa.
Yeah, he seems to. Oh, it's been gone to his book here. So Tielemans in the book. He seems to fancy Moreno, and he's all right. He's a decent player. Don't get me wrong and all that, but he's not a patch on Digne in terms of final ball. Digne has missed it since that. He might have been defended. I think when you get back going forward, he needs a lot more. I would never have him starting. I don't know. Dean is on the bench today. I understand why Lenglet is on the bench because for me he's not good at the Premier League, and he has got Carlos and Pau Torres who he trusts and concert. We saw a static saying, graphic saying that he loves blocks and all that. He seems available. But he's having a good season.
Yeah, half an hour gone. Aston Villa 0, Wolves 0. Great chance apiece. One for Ryan Nuri that was saved by Emi Martinez, and then one just moments ago for Ollie Watkins that hit the side netting. Douglas Luiz tries to wriggle away from Sarabia. Ball's going to break for Chiwome. Wolves goes back towards Doyle. Shows a cool experience head to find Semedo. Trying to get away from Rogers. Rogers' strength again shows to win the ball back. He's going to throw it on the left-hand side. He's a real handful.
He's a handful. That's great, but he pulled the shirt to get him back on. I know it's a moot point to you, Tom, because is that allowed? Or I just thought he dragged him there to help him with the challenge, not spotted by the referee.
Or the official as Bailey goes down the right-hand side. Strong challenge and a good challenge as well from Nuri. He's pointing that it should have been a goal kick, but the official on that far right-hand side's awarded a corner. It's the first corner of the game for Aston Villa, and after starting the game with around 29% possession in the first 20 minutes, the last 10 minutes has been the opposite. Aston Villa have had 72%. They're definitely growing into the game at Villa Park as Leon Bailey prepares to take this one to the right hand side. Being in swinger, raises his right arm and swings his left foot at it. One short instead to Williams back to Bailey, thinks it towards the front post, hit away by Wolves. not made the most of that set piece, but they have recovered the ball around 40 yards from goal. Tielemans lofts it back in towards where it came from as Bailey takes a touch, crosses the head towards goal. It's saved though. It's straight into the hands of Jose Sa, who plays that quickly towards his right hand side, but another chance for Aston Villa.
Torres got there first, didn't he? Glancing header on target, but needs to see.
Sarabia, the ball on the left, lofts one towards Lamina, takes a wild swing at the ball, but he's not really connected with it as his shot is blocked. Here's Rodgers again, striding through the middle, gets his arm pulled again by Lamina this time, gets away from him and Doyle, and there's a recovering challenge from João Gomes to win the ball back for Wolves. And that's a really good challenge, and Rodgers just showing his frustrations towards the referee. He was fouled in the build-up, but a really good challenge in the end.
Yeah, I mean, he sort of held up to foul, stops the foul. But then it's the Premier League, you don't have the ball for that long, do you? Somebody's going to catch up with you. He's strong, but he's not necessarily that quick, is he? I mean, burst past the challenge, and then he's got to take the next one on and the next one. But yeah, he's holding his shape, eh? We'll break off here, come Wolves again.
There's Semedo on the right hand side, gets the better of Moreno, but it's a really good recovering challenge from the Aston Villa fullback to win the ball back, although it stayed in play and stayed with the away side as Sarabia picks it up, goes away from goal for Doyle, who gets a 1-2 from Gomez, and they'll just recycle this towards the halfway line. Wolves, 53.5 minutes gone. Moving forward through Totti, had a look, he's some space on the right hand side for Sarabia if Doyle can find him, and he just try and find him, he's in behind here. Sarabia, first time cross towards the front post, cleared away by Villa. It's going to drop over for Semedo, and then the flag eventually goes up on the far right hand side, around 5 minutes left.
Well, yeah. Any time he's on there, Sarabia, or did he not? Pat Torres is doing his level best. I talked about, Villa, they do play off sides there, but it's not a good line that, and Pau Torres there might have been playing him on. It was tight anyway, and the ball hit the back of the net. There'd have been drawing lines and all that. I think he was just offside. Like I said, those Villa defenders weren't in a straight line.
There's a high line at those times. There's a great line on that occasion, but the free kick was given for offside, and Aston Villa do have the ball. Wolves, of course, the away side today, and they've been decent away from home as of late. Last time out they did lose 3-0 at St James's Park against Newcastle, but that brought an end to a 6-match beaten run on the road. It's started to fall in total for Wolves, 6 wins, 4 losses since the start of the year in all competitions. It's a good result here, a little bit closer to home, as the free kick given there to Aston Villa.
Well, I mean, there was all sorts of doom and gloom about Wolves, wasn't there? They lost the plot, they're going to go down, in a death spiral, this, that, the other, lack of investment, this, and and then Gary Neal, I think he's a great manager, he's made him look a good team.
Free kick taken by Louise to Bailey, edge of the area now for Diaby. First time strike from him, and it's in the back of the net. It's a rocket from the Frenchman, and Aston Villa have opened the scoring at Villa Park. A great start to the game for Wolves, but this last 15 minutes, it's been all Unai Emery's side, and it's paid dividends. It's 1-0 Aston Villa.
Yeah, well, I don't know about Wolves all we like, but you've got to defend properly. When the ball breaks out to Mr. Diaby, we can draw a great big circle around one of those and say, well, where are the markers? Fresh air, I keep saying this, but it's true, fresh air ain't going to score. So if you're defending a set piece, they all chase back, but honestly, he's got so much time. It's a great strike, but the ball's rolling out to him. He couldn't have come to him.
เพื่อนขออภัยครับน้องพัดโอ้โหยิงอย่างสวยครับเพื่อนโอ้โหเจ็ดเคยิงอย่างดีอ่ะเพื่อน
Yeah, it's his third goal contribution in the last 2.5 games, really. A couple of goals and an assist now for.
โอ้ยิงสวยจริงครับเดียบี้เพื่อน
A little bit out of the side after
ผมก็ลืมปิดเสียงผมปิดเสียงคุยโทรศัพท์ไว้เมื่อกี้ลืมเปิด
that we've mentioned, but, certainly making the most of
เนี่ย
it.
เพื่อนโอ้โหแล้วเดียบี้ยิงหายเลยครับเพื่อน1-0ไปเลยครับโอ้ยซาวิล่านำแล้วเพื่อน
Case of the Wolverhampton Wanderers defender sleeping there, John, as you mentioned.
สวยงามครับตามท้องเครื่องโอ้โหสวยจริง
Block off Jose Sal's view.
Yeah, that's it. I always look at these teams where everybody's chasing back. It's like, oh, we've done enough if we're all back in a line somewhere here. But hang on, you know what? How's the ball? The spirit
จ
itself.
บเจ้าไม่แล้วหรือ
You don't mark up players at the edge of the box, then you know you're going to get options coming in like that. He caught hold of it. He had time to measure it, didn't he? You know, all these players are pretty much good enough. You know, if it was full back and centre back, whoever it was there, you'd have time to get a good shot in on target. And here come Villa again, but again it's a poor ball. Final ball left a lot to be desired, didn't it? But you know. And even that, it's just it's not from anything great that Villa have done, but the sloppiness from Wolves.
Yeah, sloppy defending really from that set piece. From that level, I mentioned complete squeeze goes out to Totti. High pressure here from Villa in four around the area for Unai Emery's side, but it's worked its way to Semedo, finds Sarabia, tries to release Semedo down the right hand side, but it's a poor return ball, and Moreno will pick it up and goes back to the applauding Emi Martinez in the Aston Villa goal. Gives it to Luiz and then to Yuri Tielemans. Go back to a long time since the last time the Wolves lost a Premier League game at Villa Park, 2003. The last time they've had 3 wins and 4 draws. Since then, of course, spent various seasons outside of the Premier League. Haven't played each other twice a year for those years, but still a long record. But they are behind here. Aston Villa 1, Wolves 0. Outside on the ball again with every concept. Linked the ball towards the front post. Let's try and head it on.
ให้ไทยมั่นคงยืนลงทั่วไทย
That's a lot of pressure. Wolves now. Aston Villa really coming forward.
You know what? We said it quite rightly that Wolves have made a better start. Lots of energy. You know the way that Gary Neal sets them out, and you know surely it does a good team talk before they go out and all that. But you can't disguise the fact that they've got an 18-year-old striker who may never be good enough for the Premier League. We don't know. I mean, I know I think he's played in the 18s. Lots of those guys just don't transition through and all that, so we don't know what we've got there. You know, Ainuri probably should have scored as well. That puts a different complexion on the game. And you know, after the good start they've got, they perhaps would have deserved that goal had it gone in. That's the Premier League for you. You know, once you take your foot off the neck of the opposition, you know they're slowly done there. And it's exactly what's happened here. So you know, for Villa, they've just got to guard against complacence. That goal's given because the Wolves will be fighting to get back in.
Complacency to keep the ball away there. Aston Villa on the halfway line as the clock strikes 40. Aït-Nouri picked the pocket of Ezri Konsa, and then the latter failed the former. The free kick just inside the Aston Villa half. The 5 minutes away from half time. Gomez takes that free kick back to Totti, who recycles through Kilman. Inside for Doyle, who's dropped in from midfield. That backline ball back is nearly picked off by Watkins, and then the pressure starts as the goal scorer Diaby is joined by Jamaican international Liam Bailey. Eventually cleared long though from Lemina, who's, as John mentioned earlier, is playing in a high position this evening. The Wolves will just keep the ball now, just try and settle after that goal. They need to react. Poor ball over the top there from Totti. I'm not sure what he's seen. It goes all the way through to Emi Martinez in the Aston Villa goal. Elsewhere, of course, no more Premier League games on at the minute until the 8 p.m. between Brentford and Manchester United, but a huge game in Germany. Bayern Munich trailing to Borussia
พี่ว่า
Dortmund.
วูฟมันจะสู้ได้ไหมแต่วูฟมันฟอร์มดีนะเว้ยเพื่อน
Huge clash
จริงๆนะ
in the Bundesliga, although of course neither of those
แล้ว
sides
สถิติต่างๆวูฟแม่งเหนือกว่าด้วยนะเพื่อน 5 นัดหลังสุดเนี่ยวูฟแฮมป์ตันชนะแอสตันวิลล่าตลอดนะ
maybe a little bit for the second.
ชนะถึง4นะครับเสมอแค่ชนะ3นะครับเสมอ2นะวูฟเนี่ยวูฟชนะมาตลอดเลย
Half time
ทำเป็นเล่นนะ
back and they knock the ball as much as they can between themselves.
I'm sure I saw Harry Kane in the tunnel before that game. Strict ready to play. It wasn't for England. Yeah, he's kind of top for Bayern Munich. Well organised fans. camp. I mean, it's all those goals that came this afternoon.
ใช่สเปอร์ก็เริ่มจี้มาแล้ว
Gone for Aston Villa.
เจอแอสตันวิลล่าแล้ว
But, for Wolves, maybe Ryan Aït-Nouri should have hit the back of the net.
Yeah, Wolves.
สเปอร์จี้มาแล้วคะแนน
A goal, of course, we have only played 42 minutes, and they had a brilliant chance with Ryan Aït-Nouri, who's on the ball now, facing his own goal. Pressure from Leon Bailey. It's a right-footed swing, really, towards that right-hand side. Semedo will do well to keep it in. He has kept it in on the right-hand side as well. He worked something from this with Bueno inside to Doyle, edge of their own area, though. Semedo dinks away, and he's been dispossessed by Torres. And it's really good pressure from Aston Villa all over the pitch to win the ball back. Then pressing with a really high line and forcing Wolves to make mistakes and try and play along. It's not really working.
No, it's not. Or maybe it's just too long bursting for Semedo to keep overlapping Sarabia, which was their big out. Whatever it is, I think maybe Gary O'Neill does ask physically a lot of his team. If they want to compete, they've got to do a lot of running, and maybe that's taking a little bit of a toll from them.
A lot of hard work inside for 3.5 minutes. Around the corner from Gomez is intercepted by Louise. All eyes towards the referee, who awards a free kick for the foul.
I thought Louise was going to take out Gary O'Neill, and he was just moving the ball back into play. Yeah, he was thinking about it. He just wouldn't let Gomez's little trick get past him.
Wolves space from right side for Semedo. Poor ball and a poor touch from Moira, and then Semedo respectively. Ball goes out of play on the left-hand side for a throw into Aston Villa. Waste opportunity, really. Chance to come forward down that right-hand side, and going into half-time. The man you mentioned just a few seconds ago, Gary O'Neill, won't be happy. You got to imagine with his side's performance in this last 25 minutes. Especially since the goal got in from Aston Villa, they hadn't really reacted and probably looked worse after it.
It's weird. Like I said, they would start. They know he scored, and great. But they were.
ไปแล้วโอ้โหอะไรของมึงวะ
They've not offered
เพื่อน
Villa haven't been great either, have they? So one of those weird games, and it's a derby, and we've seen a bit of that. Louise wins the ball out the field. Here come Villa.
Here's Rodgers on the left-hand side, tries to get it back to Louise, but the ball just gets
ส่งต่อพลังความดี
to the former Middlesbrough man, and he's dispossessed as the ball is played long by Wolves, but intercepted by Aston Villa. It's up there really for Wolves. Chiwomi's up there on his own, but not really showing for the ball, and the ball's forward to him, and good enough. 45 minutes played. The official indicates a minimum of 2 minutes added on. First half in which we had a fair few chances. Watkins could have scored for Villa before Diaby did, and Wolves had a chance of their own with Ryan Aït-Nouri not taking save by Martinez. At the minute it will be Aston Villa 1, Wolves 0 going into half-time.
Yeah, other than that, we had Torres, that header was on target. Sarabia's left foot shot on target, both of them relatively tame efforts as well, but again, here come Villa.
Concert, left foot strike from the edge of the area. You can call it a strike, John, because he certainly showed that he's more of a centre half than a right back on this right.
Yeah, he that thing there. Don't know where to look, does he? Me neither. We're lacking goals out. I'm just trying to work out what the average is. Probably 4 goals a game, isn't it? So we're 3 short. Tyrone Mings, John McGinn having a laugh after Desiree Const's last effort. They're not laughing with him, they're laughing at him.
They can afford to laugh. They're 1-0 up at home in this local derby, of course.
เอาแล้วโอ้โหเหี้ยคอนซ่าอะไรของมึงอ่ะ เพื่อน
Header not won. In fact, it's won by Tillemans. Out for a throw on the left-hand side. Get those 3 goals in the second half to bring us up to that average. There's throw-ins taken into Doyle, who gives the ball away, and here come Villa looking for a second before half-time. Diaby, the goal scorer, he's got a man to his left and to his right. He goes left, no, he just released the ball, he's intercepted. Poor decision there from the Frenchman.
that's what happens. You don't make your mind up, but he had two bodies who were moving to think about Passington. It did his brain in. Anyway, referee has called it, and so we're going to the break. It is Aston Villa 1, Wolves 0.
เอา
It's half time at Villa Park. It is Aston Villa 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Wolves started the Brighton and probably should have scored when Iran Nori was through. But he had a shot saved well by Emi Martinez, who also saved Sarabia's left foot.
เพื่อนจบแล้วครึ่งแรก
To get going, but then we saw Ollie Watkins
นะครับ
should have been
แอคชั่นนะครับนำมูฟนะครับ1-0นะเพื่อนได้ประตูจากดิอาบี้นะครับ
set piece.
ก็จบครึ่งแรกนะครับเพื่อน
His left foot drive was too good for Jose Sarr.
พอเลเวอร์ชนะบาเยิร์นก็ใจแป้วตามฟอร์มบาเยิร์นมันเตะอยู่นี่พี่ใช่ไหมบาเยิร์นมันเจอดอร์ทมุนด์นี่ใช่ไหมผมจำได้โอ้ยดอร์ทมุนด์นำบาเยิร์น1-0รู้จักซานโชเปล่าซานโชเทพอ่ะเพื่อนโอ้โหเพื่อน ซานโชเดี๋ยวซานโชเดี๋ยวติดเดี๋ยวดับ อย่างว่าพี่อยู่ดอร์ทมุนด์เขาคงสบายใจอ่ะพี่เขาถึงแบบฟอร์มดีขนาดเนี้ยพี่รอสักแป๊บนะครับเพื่อนๆพักครึ่งหนึ่งไม่มีอะไรมากไม่ต้องพูดอะไรมากก็ฝากขอบคุณสปอนเซอร์ด้วยนะครับแอสโมท็อปนะครับมั่นคง100%นะครับเข้าร่วมลีกแฟนตาซีนะครับเพื่อนๆทักไลน์แอสโมท็อปนะครับ FPL หรือ SBOT นะครับ OPFPL นะครับหรือคลิกที่ลิงก์นะครับที่ผมปักหมุดไว้นะครับจัดทีมแฟนตาซีได้ทุกสัปดาห์นะครับลุ้นเงินรางวัลรวมกว่า 760,000 บาทเลยนะครับขอบคุณสปอนเซอร์ด้วยนะครับแล้วเพื่อนก็รอลุ้นแมนยูพี่ผมอยากดูแมนยูคู่นี้ผมไม่ได้อยากดูหรอกแต่ผมก็ไม่ได้อยากนั่งเฉยๆไงผมเล่นมานั่งดูบอลชิวๆเพื่อนจริงๆก็ไม่ได้อะไรมากมายก็นั่งดูบอลคุยกับพวกพี่ๆได้แหละไม่ได้มาจริงจังอะไรมากมายสำหรับคู่นี้อยากดูคู่แมนยูกับเบนฟอร์ดมากกว่าพี่จริงๆนะช่วงนี้ก็คนดูน้อยอัลกอริทึมก็ไม่ YouTube ก็ทำตลกบางทีก็เบื่อเหมือนกันนะพี่ผมพูดตรงๆเลยพี่ถ้าไม่มีสปอนเซอร์เนี่ยผมเลิกไปแล้วนะเนี่ยจริงนะพี่จริงก็อยากมีรายได้บางทำมา1 ปีอะพี่ปีกว่าจะปีครึ่งแล้วปีครึ่งแล้วมั้งผมจะบอกอะไรให้รู้ว่าพี่ผมเพิ่งได้เงินครบ$100พี่ที่เขาบอกว่าครบ$100จะได้นี่ใช่ไหมพี่จะได้โอนเงินเข้าบัญชีสำหรับเงิน YouTube อ่ะพี่ครั้งแรกเลยนะพี่เนี่ยพี่เพิ่งได้$101พี่พี่ดูดิทำมาแล้วมันตั้งแต่ปีแรกๆเลยอ่ะก็ตั้งแต่เปิดรายได้มาเปิดสร้างรายได้มาก็ประมาณปีหนึ่งก็เพิ่งได้$100พี่เนี่ยพี่ปีหนึ่งนะตั้งแต่เปิดสร้างรายได้มาพี่เดี๋ยวผมดูก่อนมันตั้งแต่1 มีนาจนถึง21 มีนาเนี่ยพี่1 มีนา2023ถึง29 มีนา2024ได้เงิน$101.21เนี่ยพี่ดูดิพี่คิดว่าผมควรจะต้องทำยังไงดี โอ้โหตั้งแต่1 มีนา2023ถึง29 มีนา2024เนี่ย$101ก็ประมาณ3,500เนี่ยครับพี่1 ปีได้ปีกับอีก1 เดือนได้3,500พี่โอ้โหสุดยอดเย้รวยตายครับแบบเนี้ย รอแป๊บนะครับเพื่อนๆขออนุญาตไปดูลูกแป๊บนึงเดี๋ยวผมมาไม่ได้หลับพี่ไม่ได้หลับก็นั่งดู YouTube อยู่เขาบอกทนายตั้มปล่อยคลิปตำรวจเพื่อนๆพี่มาเพื่อนลุยต่อ Bye.
But Duran does cause problems as well. It's very lively, a lot of pace, it's very raw there for Aston Villa. So
funny free kick routine there. Douglas stepped on the ball. The ball comes in for Diego Carlos, and he was probably offside, but it didn't matter anyway because he was anyway from the goal line. One of the more bizarre free kick routines you're going to see. I don't know if he was supposed to touch Douglas Luiz, but I don't think he did. I think he's got to do something.
Like a full roll over. Yeah.
Well, at least one rotation.
Oh.
Anyway, bizarre. Whatever was going to come off that would probably be rude, I feel. And maybe the referee should have just kept his eye on it anyhow, but I suppose he's got other things to look at as the players are probably bumping the ball. Anyway, it remains Aston Villa 1, Wolves 0. I thought Villa would win this game, but then the first half didn't unfold how I thought, as Wolves dominated the opening. Probably should have scored through Nouri. Villa then seemed to refine their zeal as well. Out comes Emi Martinez there. Everything seemed to stop. It looked like there's going to be offside. But Sarabi said, "Look, I'm not going for this ball." Anyway, Nouri now driving forward. The ball handed to him on a plate, then he runs into Taylor. He's got to be better than that. We're talking about how long you've got the ball. Usually not very long. And now maybe it's going to be an offside. Bailey. Flag hasn't gone up yet, and he steps inside, gets his shot away, leaning back though. We know where that ball goes. So Leon Bailey's pumped it into the almost night sky now. There remains one.
Yeah, he got that one all wrong, but just down the other end. When they come forward, Wolves, it's usually with the ball that we think of playing Nouri. Overhits his touch on that occasion, but they just seem to be relying on him a little bit too much in an attacking sense. Remember, he is playing left wing back and not left wing, and he does have defensive duties as well. And I'm sure Totti behind him has said that he's fine for him to go forward. He'll cover for him. But when the ball breaks like that, it's
เอาแล้วยิงโอ้ว้า
around on the pitch now with some pace.
โอ้โถ
As well.
ยอดเบลลี่
Just need another option there. Jerome, he's not been enough of a presence really, but of course it is his debut. Just need the likes of, Lamina to step up, Sarabia to step up a little bit, and Semedo as well, who did a lot of work on that right hand side in the first 20 minutes. He's sort of gone to sleep really.
Yeah, and now he's walking up. So he's over the halfway line. Semedo with the ball at his feet. Again, it's a big poor ball there. No, better than that. Anyway, the ball breaks back for Tommy Doyle. Then Sarabia, back to Doyle, stretches out to fetch that ball back in. Now with Bueno, Kilman, and Gomez. And Yel Gomez on the half turn, middle of the park. Jarvis, a half-height challenge. Yel Gomez is going to run around all of it. Then he's brought something to the ground. That's got to be a free kick. Stupid challenge out. It's a push. Really genius to see that. Lovely slaloming run from Yel Gomez, and a free kick dangerous position.
Yeah, big 2 or 3. Inevitably, he was sort of running away from goal. He wasn't really in a very dangerous position. It's a silly push on him on the edge of the area. Really need to make that challenge, as you said, but it's now going to be a really good opportunity for Wolves to level.
Yeah, so who's got the quality that left foot? Guy called Pablo Sarabia. Been hit a good ball. I did international duty in midweek. Zerdan Shaqiri free kick in the same position. We all know where the ball ended up. Right in the back of the net for his 30th international goal. Very similar position, actually a bit more central here for Sarabia. Emi Martinez takes a bit of beating. Anyway, it's a 4-man ball, draft excluded.
ยังไงพี่คันเนต
It's a tall wall, though, that this has to beat, isn't it? Carlos, Concert, Duran, looking there, didn't quite see who the fourth was, but it's a very high wall that the ball needs to go up and over and then come back down.
Yeah, Tommy Doyle stood as if he's interested. Suits either right, left footer, really probably more the left. It's just on the right side of the D. Sarabia steps up and it's over the top. Just leaning back, his body shape was wrong as he comes to hit that, and you know, not power, not accuracy, and I expect more of him.
Yeah, it's very similar to his strike earlier, wasn't it? From the edge of the area, not enough power, not accurate enough to beat the goalkeeper. On this occasion, it's you can say those things times two because not enough power and it was off target as well.
Again, behind everybody. He's on loan from Man City, but that wasn't like a Man City pass. You've got to find your players. Gary Neal looks on. Again, you see a start to the half, haven't they?
ก็ชาร์จของเขาไปก่อนดีก็วางอยู่นั่นแหละ
Or indeed setup. I don't think there's anything wrong with the way that he's set.
ก็เดี๋ยวขึ้นไปให้อะไรอยู่ทำไมจะนอนแล้วเหรอ ก็จะนอนแล้วเดี๋ยวก็ไปก็ชาร์จของเขาไปก่อนอะไรบาเยิร์นฟอร์มแบบนี้นอนหวานหมูเลยพี่บาเยิร์นฟอร์มไม่ดี
No, I just wonder how much support his teammates giving him as well. You've really seen too many players talking to him and having a word in his ear and telling him what to do. He seems almost left alone up there. Just now as we're talking, he could have got the ball walking pace between the two central defenders. And you can see Lamina and Gomez behind him. They're shouting at him. Not
Gomez is just throwing his hands up in the end. Close down the first man. You think, well, hang on, give him some encouragement, or advice, not just throw your hands in the air. Anyway, they seem to be taking a drinks break now, which I've no idea why. Is it because it's Ramadan or something like that? We've just seen the army take on fluids and stressful. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, because the ball was still in play hadn't stopped. If it was for that, then they would have done that when the ball went out of play, but yeah,
มีอะไรกันวะ
just gone across to take on some fluids, as you mentioned. He thought the referee Paul Turner would have stopped play if that was the case, but anyway, the ball is back in play now with Martinez. Yes, as you were saying, it was some very sort of aggressive looking instructions, wasn't it, towards Chiwome? Not very helpful. Chastising him for not closing the men down, but
อ๋อมุสลิมมันถือสิงอดก็เลยเบรก
Anyway, Wolves again back on the ball, fighting hard for it. From Leon Bailey. Still there. Been a bit in this game, I think. Something a little bit better. So apparently Revenant started Monday 11th of March and finishes the 9th of April. So I think that has us in the Islamic holiday, doesn't it? So that might explain that. Anyhow, Moreno under pressure from Semedo now, herring back towards his own goal, gets his pocket picked here by Sarabia. Little chip ball in, looking for Lamina, and the header, an easy save from Martinez. Lamina goes down, feeling his ankle. Got the right side there. Conser possibly fouled him, but I think Mario Lamina had a good chance at getting his header away, and so referee allowed play to go on. All this after Moreno gave the ball away. There, Sarabia won it really nicely, didn't they?
Good pressure from Semedo to force that mistake. But the ball does come to Lamina at the back post. He's shoving his leg. He's gone down afterwards. Afterwards, it wasn't a case of he was fouled enough to be injured during the header. It was the ball after.
Just a tangle.
Yeah, back to his feet. You can't really say he should do better there. I don't think.
อะไรอ่ะ
Bigger defender. Also.
เดือนรอมฎอนใช่พี่สื่อศีลอดไง
That's all he does.
เราไปกินกล้วยมาเมื่อกี้อะเดียบี้อ่ะ
Much problems for Emi Martinez.
So, 1-0 to 57 minutes gone. Tom are on the big double doing Brentford Man United after as well. Be interesting. I've not covered Manchester United much this season. I'm tending to be disappointed when I watch them. Quite like Garnacho. Not overly bothered about anything else.
No, it's very really into a game that they need to. Like I say, they need to win it because they've been tracking to.
Here is Semedo, and he gets a goal side of his man, ball on the inside, then Sarabi's great ball back to Semedo, into the box he goes, and then he's trying to stamina at the far post, comes off the chest of Torres, that would be a corner. Again, it's a build-up, isn't it, from us? And I'm waiting, looking to the right ball for the target man. I don't know if he was there to be found, Chubomay, but they couldn't find him.
No, I mentioned that Semedo hasn't really done much since the opening sort of 15 minutes of the game. But this last sort of 5-10, he's really coming into this second half, causing problems down that right-hand side. And as you mentioned, he just needs a better run from someone in the middle.
I mean, the ball goes to the far post, the keeper.
อันนี้ถือศีลอด
I think Totti Gomez there.
อันนี้ถือศีลอด
Emi Martinez and
ถือศีล
Sporting hats him on the back.
ถือศีลแดก
Out in these situations, it's a really good chance. It's a corner for Wolves, a chance where they can get the ball in the area, make the most of it.
So, anyway, Pablo Angel in the crowd. 62 goals in 205 appearances.
การแข่งขี้มูกก็มันคันอ่ะมันคันจมูกอ่ะ
Anyway,
มันคันจมูกอ่ะ
percentage ball down the line.
โหเราชิวๆไม่ได้เหรอ
Why not?
ไม่แคร์ก็ได้ไม่แคร์ก็ได้
Keep it in. Ball term, and he just
แต่ผมจะบอกว่า
There's still creating more down that right hand side with Sarabia and Semedo. That's
เอ้ยแมนยูอะไรชื่อมันออกอย่างวะพี่
Yeah, it's almost as if one wing back has it and never at the same time.
เดี๋ยวเงินทองรั่วไหลจริงเหรอฮะเงินทองรั่วไหลอ่ะมาพี่
As well, just help Chiromi out a little bit in it.
นี่ไง ผมเอาให้ดู
down there and he was foot perfect.
ทำ YouTube มา
Close him down and he makes a mistake.
ตั้งแต่ปี6เท่าไหร่วะ65ใช่ป่ะ
Anyway,
ปีแล้ว66ปีทำตั้งแต่ปี
with a good ball,
65ยายผมชอบพูดแบบนี้ เนี่ยพี่แต่มันเปิดสร้างรายได้เมื่อประมาณวันที่1มีนาพี่1มีนา2023จนถึง29มีนา2024พี่ได้เงินดูดิพี่
Saw the run of
รวยไหมแบบเนี้ยรวยไหม
over here, even if it was
101 ดอลลาร์
never going to meet the Aston Villa.
เนี่ยพี่
It's a waste really, and it's the second half where Villa have wasted.
ได้เงินอย่างเยอะครับเวลา1ปีกับอีกเกือบ1เดือนเนี่ยได้มา101 ดอลลาร์พี่ตบมือรวยตายครับแบบเนี้ยพี่ ไงพี่รวยไหมแบบเนี้ยรวยไหมโอ้ยบางทีมันก็ท้อเหมือนกันนะพี่เนาะคนดูก็ไม่มีบางทีก็ไม่มีไฟทำมา1ปีได้เปิดสร้างรายได้มา1ปีเพิ่งได้เงินครบ100 ดอลลาร์ เจริญเลยครับพี่น้อง
I'm still in the camp that he should score, John, but all credit to the goalkeeper, Emi Martinez.
ประเด็นคือไปไหนกันหมดนั่นดิพี่ ปกติคนดูมันก็ 20-30 คนนะแต่ช่วงพักหลังเนี่ยไม่มีคนดูเลยพี่ มันก็ไม่ได้ซีเรียสอะไรขนาดนั้นนะพี่เพราะเราก็ไม่ได้สนใจกับเงิน YouTube อะไรมากมายหรอกพี่ ขอให้มีสปอนเซอร์จ้างมาจ่ายค่าไฟในแต่ละเดือนก็พอแล้วพี่ไม่ต้องฟักเงินตัวเองมาจ่ายค่าไฟที่บ้านใช่ไหมล่ะก็ลดค่าใช้จ่ายไปได้เดือนละ 4,000 3,000 4,000ก็ยังดีใช่ แต่ก็ไม่ได้มันก็ซีเรียสนะพี่พูดตรงๆแต่มันก็ไม่ได้เครียดอะไรขนาดนั้น แต่ผมก็แค่บางทีก็ท้อเหมือนกันผมเห็นคนใน YouTube เลิกทำมันเยอะมากผมเห็นคลิปอ่ะพี่คนติดตามหลักล้านอ่ะยังเลิกเลยผมยังงงอยู่เลยว่าทำไมเขาถึงเลิกบางทีมันมีทีมงานเยอะด้วยแหละพี่แล้วเงินจาก YouTube มันน้อยพี่สำหรับไลฟ์สดของผมอะพี่ไลฟ์ของผมนะ 1,000 วิวอ่ะจะได้ประมาณ5 บาทสมมติว่า 10,000 วิวอ่ะก็จะได้ประมาณ30 บาทพี่ประมาณนี้พี่ถ้า 10,000 วิวของผมอะได้ประมาณ30 บาท40ไม่ถึง40ด้วย30 กว่าบาทผมแล้วถ้า1,000 วิวจะได้ประมาณ5 บาท4 บาทหลังๆมันสะดุดบ่อยด้วยดิ YouTube อะพวกสตรีมเกมนี่มีผลเลยหรอ 1,000 วิวมันจะนับเป็น 1,000 วิวมันจะได้ประมาณไม่กี่บาทอะพี่สมมุติอันเนี้ยคลิปอันเนี้ย3,800 วิวใช่ไหมพี่อันเนี้ย3,800 วิวสมมติว่า 3,800 วิวนะพี่ไอคลิปอาร์เซนอลอะเจอปอร์โต้มั้ง 3,800 วิวอ่ะจะได้อยู่ประมาณ27 บาทเนี่ยพี่ดูดิพี่ 1,000 วิวจะได้ประมาณ7 บาทเนี่ย27 บาทอันนี้คือคู่ปอร์โต้นะตอนนั้นอันนั้นที่มีอาร์เซนอลคู่อาร์เซนอลเจอปอร์โต้นัดแรกอ่ะมัน9,000 กว่าวิวเกือบ 10,000 วิวใช่ไหมพี่มัน 8,200 วิว 1,000 วิวจะได้ 7.4 บาทก็ได้เท่านี้พี่ 10,000 วิวได้ประมาณ61 บาทพี่ก็ดูดิมันน้อยจริงมันน้อยจริงผมถึงรับสปอนเซอร์ที่มันสีเทาๆหน่อยอ่ะผมก็ยอมรับนะพี่เพราะมันอยู่ไม่ได้จริงๆอ่ะก็อย่างน้อยก็มีเงินมาซื้อนมให้ลูกจ่ายค่าไฟนิดหน่อยแต่มันไม่ได้เยอะพี่ผมรับอ่ะ 3,000 4,000 3,000อ่ะพี่เอาง่ายตีโกเล็กกลมๆอ่ะ 3,000 เท่านั้นแหละ เอามาจ่ายค่าไฟบ้านเฉยไม่อยากคิดแพงเดี๋ยวเขาไม่จ้างเราเอาไปแล้วเรียบร้อยเพื่อนโอ้โห2-0เลยครับเพื่อนเรียบร้อยโอ้โหเรียบร้อยไปเลยครับ2-0เรียบร้อยโรงเรียนจีนครับ2-0เลยโอ้โหแอสตันวิลล่านำไปแล้วครับเพื่อน2-0ใครยิงลูกแรกเดียบี้พี่เดียบี้คนที่ถือศีลอดกินกล้วยเมื่อกี้เบอร์19นะของแอสตันวิลล่าประตูที่2เป็นมันให้เครดิตเป็นคอนซ่าหรือมันให้ใครวะ
Here comes John Duran.
โอ้ยเข้าไปแล้วเพื่อน
Comeback looks good. A real opportunity now for
ๆมันให้เครดิตเป็นของคอนซ่าพี่เพราะคอนซ่ามันชิปเข้าไปแล้ว
Yeah, really.
โอ้โหเข้าไปแล้ว
There by John Duran, hounding these defenders, forcing a mistake. Puts a lovely challenge in on Kilman. Doesn't waste.
คอนซ่ายิงประตูที่2
Lays it to
ไอ้เหี้ยไซก้อยเข้าไปเฉยเลย
back to where the ball came from, into the path of Zaniolo, and he just again, it's just too tame from Zaniolo. It's a
สุดยอดเพื่อนๆคอนซ่า ไอสัตว์ยิงได้ไงวันเพื่อนไซก้อยเข้าไปเลย ทีมชาติอังกฤษเหรอ โอ้โห ติดทีมชาติอังกฤษอะดิอย่างว่านะเราคุยกันเรื่องแบ็คขวาอะไรเนาะแบ็คขวามันถ้าวอลเกอร์เจ็บอีกคนนึงก็
The angle's really tight though. Josie Sarr, he's comfortable save. It's right at him, and he's done really well to score there, the Italian.
Well, I tell you what, I'll use my golf analogy again. You'll have heard this before, but sort of tee to green. You know, Wolves have been great, but they haven't brought their putter today. You need that.
เอ้าเหี้ยจ่ายพลาดอีกแล้วเหี้ยแพ้ไปเถอะจ่ายพันนี้สัตว์
Bring others in it, but you know, we've got to fight for the ball at the right time.
โอ้โห
All easy said than done. You know, those guys are not tenny penny, are they? As Chumate does really well there when the ball out of the field, but eventually Duxbury's getting back to it. You know, so Wolves are playing nicely, but if you're not going to get it finished off, then you're not. And although Villa haven't been particularly great,
ลุยส์ฮอลไหวไหม ติดทีมชาติเหรอหรือว่าเจออาร์เซนอลพรุ่งนี้อะถ้าเจออาร์เซนอลพรุ่งนี้ก็ดีเลยพี่ลุยส์ฮอล
I might want to put a pile of money on Villa before ball was kicked, but you'd have been having kicks watching them in open play today.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not really good value for those 2 goals. Maybe look at the last 5 minutes and say they've had 2 more great chances.
อ๋อลุยส์ของนิวดีนะตัวนั้นอ่ะเด็กเก่าเชลซีใช่ไหมตัวเล่นดีลุยส์ล่ะลุยส์ฮอล
In the second half and in the back of the net, and then you know since then they've looked really good.
ไหวตัวเนี้ยเทพพี่ตัวเทพ
5-10 minutes really to stand a chance
ฮัลโหล
from this game, but as you mentioned earlier,
โอเค
they're really strong. Just fancy them to go on now.
ใช่ของแมนซิตี้ลิโซลุยส์แต่ลุยส์ฮอลใช้ได้นะพี่แต่มันเล่นแบ็กซ้ายไม่ใช่เหรอผมเห็นนะเล่นกับนิวคาสเซิลมันทรงดีตัวมันบึกหนาดีนะมีความเร็วด้วยแข็งแกร่งดีตอนอยู่เชลซีก็เฉิดฉายแล้วนะเพื่อนแล้วก็ย้ายไปนิวคาสเซิลก็ยิ่งดีเข้าไปใหญ่เลยพูดตามตรงเลยดีมากเพื่อนเดี๋ยวผมมานะเพื่อนพี่เมียตามเดี๋ยวผมไปนวดให้เมียก่อนเมียถ้าไม่นวดนอนไม่หลับเดี๋ยวผมไปนวดให้เมียแป๊บนึงนะดูลูกด้วยฝากด้วยนะพี่ฝากช่องด้วยชิวๆนะพี่เดี๋ยวเราเข้ามาโฟกัสกันที่คู่แมนยู
Semedo is good down the right hand side, 10 yards from the byline, but comes across and gets the ball from Semedo brilliantly. His first real sort of defending that he's had to do since coming off the bench. He wins the ball back, gets a 1-2 from Zaniolo, dinks it down the line for John Duran, who's done well to hold the ball up there and won himself a free kick as well. And off the bench, John Duran, as I mentioned, he didn't touch the ball until around 5 minutes ago. But since then, he's really well to win the ball back. Great chance for his team, saved in the end by Zaniolo, but he does work hard, John.
Yeah, he really played a part in the goal, didn't he? You know, the Consa goal in 65 minutes, he helped them rob the ball. You said he's raw, and I agree with that. But he's also quite exciting, you know, explosive, quick, and if he trains on and if the penny drops to him, he can be quite a player, you know. Yeah, I don't know if he's claiming Consa's goal there. It came off me, but I think the ball had hit the back of the net before it came off John Duran's knee.
Yeah, it certainly crossed the line already. Another change for Wolves. Tommy Doyle comes off. Tawanda Shirawi comes on. Another youngster. It's another high number. So it's definitely going to back to the academy for options. 20 years old. Just third season. Shirawa. bench. 20 minutes to go. Aston Villa 2, Wolves 0.
Yeah, he's 20 years of age. And he's a right winger, really. Be his second goal. And he's actually born in Chelmsford, but I think this comes to the master for Zimbabwe. Pulled up in March to the Zimbabwe national team. He hasn't played just yet.
Falls on the left hand side for Luca Digne. On the line for Zaniolo, touches away from Semedo, gets a pull on the shirt. Paul Turney was going to play on, but then brought the whistle back. But played back with his whistle for a free kick. And Zaniolo very similar to Rodgers in the sense that they're both wide players. The former replaced the latter, of course, in the second half. He's so tall as well, and they just strike forward with the ball. Great, real confidence.
He's a player, big, strong, expect the Italian to have a good touch, and technically be good, and he's all that. He's got a trick about him, he's good in the air. I'm not making him a world beater, he's just a very good, decent player. And coming on, coming off the bench, I think he does have an impact.
Yeah, great option. Off the bench, 2 over this free kick. It's about level with the edge of the area. A couple of yards off the line from the edge of the pitch. He's swinging back. It's on back to Suarez. He's going to drop the back post, but Sark comes out and collects. Gets the ball and also catches his teammate Lamine on the back of the head as well. Good collection nonetheless for the Wolves goalkeeper. 2 Wolves 0, 72.5 minutes gone. Wolves with the ball. The edge of their own half. During area, so still 1-0 by the way in the game between Man United and Borussia Dortmund. Huge game. Doing that one. Ball just inside their own half. And Villa, they're pressing high up in the first half. They don't really need to do that as much now. They are. Luca Digne's just come steaming out of position, allowed Semedo in down the right hand side. Zaniolo's tracked back and they'll do well to win the ball back from Semedo here, who turns away from the Italian, goes back to Sarabia, inside to Lamina, challenged by Duran in his back. Lamina's kept it just about, he said play on as he shouts for free kicks all over the place here. Gomez challenges for it with Luis, Sarabia's in there, Digne wins it back, down the line then for John Duran. They could be in here, Aston Villa, it's scrappy, but they're away down the left hand side, edge of the area now. John Duran goes towards his left foot, gets a shot away, it takes a deflection. Might just stay in down that left hand side, will it? No, it just goes out. It's going to be a corner to Aston Villa, just like that. They're away from the left hand side. Decent shoot.
Yeah, I know, I thought he was trying to take a shot. He says he's on. He's having a good game, isn't he? He's still young and, like you say, just getting game time on. The more times he comes off the bench and plays like this, I think he's come off the bench to be man of the match. I honestly think he's been that good. He's made a great difference since he's come on, and that'll send his confidence sky high. And then you've got that memory of what you've got. I can't mix it. A lot of it's about the confidence to go out there and do it, and the memory. Oh yeah, I did that time. I came on and I bossed it. I dominated. You need a bit of swag when you go out there, don't you? That confidence to back it all up. But yeah, he's done really well, and it shows the benefit of a strong bench. Where we see Wolves, they're down to their bare bones. Something's happening here. The assistant referee is having a problem. So that'll stop the game for a minute or two.
Problems at Villa Park is the assistant. I was worried at first, John, thought it was something in the crowd, but nothing to worry about. It's just I think his microphone or his earpiece, as you mentioned. But just going back to John Duran, just 2 goals for him in I was going to say 2 seasons for Aston Villa, but of course this is only his 28th appearance. Imagine he's started
I don't think. I really think it's a poor place to be here for a young striker in Premier League. You could get out there and play well, but if you don't score, not everybody's Erling Haaland, are they? Going to keep ramming the ball in the back of the net. And if you're not scoring, then you're not trusting, right? So unless you're an old striker who's got form, or he's going to come back and eventually injured or whatever. But you're not trusting if you're a youngster. No. You So it's a very difficult place to learn. We talked about Harry Kane and Bayern Munich. You know, he had to take a loan spell to the Championship to prove what he could do. You know, and then and only then, the Spurs fans said, well, hang on, we've got this kid. And he went to the Championship and he scored X amount of goals. And we watched him and he was good. He's better. And so, you know, the fans were banging down the door for him. But only at that point can a manager say, well, you asked for it. If it all goes wrong now, your fault. You know, if you do that, well, it's John Duran. And somehow Unai Emery likes him. But we haven't seen him score. He's played, you know, 27 games and 2 goals. That ain't good enough. Do you know what I mean? It's very difficult for a young man to make his way. And then he's not going to get games out of the game. Development won't get from how on earth? You know, it's almost impossible, isn't it? I think in virtually every other position you can put somebody in there. If he's a goalkeeper and he's easily beaten, then he's not good enough. But centre backs, he could be playing with a great team, well organised, not really being under pressure. Midfielder, he can tear around like crazy. You know, not put a challenge in, but look at the work rate and all that. But as a striker, you're going to get judged on one thing. And like I said, you don't develop over 2 or 3 games unless you're absolutely brilliant, and then everybody, can spot those guys.
I have just checked, it's just the 1 start he's had for us, and every other appearance has been off the bench. Back underway after that technical issue with the assistant, with a corner for Aston Villa, swung by Bailey, dealt with initially though by Wolves, recycled them to Diaby on the byline, gets a cross in, comes off the when Chiwoni down the left hand side, stopped for 4 minutes there, so we'll have that added on at the end of the game. But of course, Aston Villa firmly in the driving seat, and if anything, that little stoppage in place probably suited them more than Wolves, hasn't it? Just to, yes, Wolves can regroup, but Aston Villa can sit on that lead and let it soak in a little bit more. 78 minutes gone.
Yeah, the other good news is that our 8 o'clock start is at 8 o'clock, so we won't have any problems with time issues, will we?
Crossing on the corner by Louise, taken away though by Wolves, out for another corner on the left-hand side for Aston Villa. So Gomez, who got his head to it, he's probably been one of the better players for Wolves this evening. He's played some decent passes and had a few dribbles, but all across the pitch for Wolves really quite good enough to get a goal or to get any points. That's how it stands at the minute. And then cross from Louise in towards the front post, just wide. From Carlos, 2 yards from the front post, and couldn't direct it into that bottom corner. Great ball, just unsighted maybe by the run in front of him from Conte.
Yeah, not bad that, but Santiago Bueno was blocking him off and in a good position, but it's another corner kick. More work to do if Douglas Luiz can get this right. 3rd goal for Villa would absolutely put the nails in the coffin, wouldn't it?
Again, this time to the back post, straight into the hands of Jose Sarr, off his line.
Well, what we see in football, in any division really, is that you pay the big bucks for the man who can put the ball back. That's time on it. And if you don't have that fella, you're nowhere. Wolves can play as nicely as they like, and they've played some nice stuff today. I think, can play. I've enjoyed watching Sarabia. We talked about the players in this, but the long and short is you need credit, you need instinct, and you need goals. And if you haven't got them in the Premier League, you are absolutely nowhere. That's the reason I was sort of really bullish about backing Villa today. And Villa haven't played particularly well, have they? But it doesn't matter because they've found a way to finish, and they've tended to do that. And then you look to the bench. What would Wolves give for a John Driver? He wouldn't be on the bench if he'd been starting today, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Let alone. So it's not only your starting 11. I look, it's a hopeful selection. This young striker, and he's still there. We only 9 minutes left to go, and maybe they think the 19-year-old Fraser, he started last week, isn't quite as good as the 18-year-old they've got out now. But I don't get me wrong, he's not played badly or anything, but he had 1 chance. He took 3 touches when it should have been 2 with a strike.
ลิฟาร์เมนโตใช้ได้พี่ตัวเนี้ยตัวที่เด็ดเลยอ่ะพี่ผมชอบนะพี่ลิฟาร์เมนโตอ่ะเป็นไงบ้างอ่ะพี่2-0เหมือนเดิมอยู่เลยเหรอ
He's one of the best strikers in the Premier League. If he gets the full fixtures. I think he scores 20 goals minimum in the Premier League. Of course, Raul Jimenez, who was so good for them, brilliant for them before that terrible head injury, and then of course Diego Costa as well a few years ago. Yes, past his prime, coming towards the end of his career, but they're crying out for someone like that right now. Just someone up there, a bit more of a presence. Yellow card there for one of the Wolves. Shoots it to Andy Sharawi off the bench for Wolves, just got in the way of a free kick. And Zaniolo plays on the left-hand side, beats Semedo to the ball inside the area, across the face of goal, not dealt with by Wolves, just about dropped on the edge for Luis, going to get a shot on goal, put it on his back, recycled to Diaby, and then Concert, the goal scorer of the second. Great work from Gomez though to win the ball back. It's going to be a handball.
Did he really think that Diaby just fell on the ball and somehow it stopped? Dear me.
Play continues. 2 minutes gone. Aston Villa 2, Wolves 0. Ball over the top down the left-hand side for the away side.
It's not been a terrible performance from our referee today, Tom. Judge pretty awful. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and here our referee is probably at 6 out of 10, which is quite good.
He's not got too much wrong as Martinez comes out and collects that, the Aston Villa captain. He's truth not really had too much to do, and he's well on his way to a clean sheet. Argentinian as it rolls out to Luke on the line for Zaniolo, still inside the Villa half. Forward towards John Fan, and got Max Gilman. It's away from him as well, it's a pull of the shirt. And then a little bit of a coming together. It was a nasty one by the looks of it from John Duran. Sort of an elbow into the back of Max Kilman's head. The referee's going to go to his book here.
Yeah, he overdid his retaliation, didn't he, Duran? Kilman's all over the back of him, fouling him. You know, John Duran went to ground, bounced up like a...
2-0 เนี่ยเพื่อนๆน่าจะชนะแหละ
Given a yellow card to both, that's sort of time on it. Probably about right. You know, he hauled him down there. John Duran just overreacted. I think that's good refereeing, actually.
Yeah, if he'd not reacted there, John Duran, he'd have got a free kick, no questions asked, but he was just sick of Max Kilman in his back there, wasn't he? And as you say, he just overreacted. It's a simple yellow card for both players, awarded by the referee. Looks like from the change for Wolverhampton Wanderers. I mentioned earlier that the elections on the bench realised there's going to be a few youngsters for them. The confirmation of those changes in just a second. Semedo's coming off.
He's worked hard on the, kept on going down the flank. So, yeah, I'm not surprised he's running full to water, really, hasn't he? But Doherty on for Semedo, that makes plenty of sense. I think was it Fraser? So many changes there, and write them all down in time, but we'll keep you appraised.
Yeah, it's the end of the debut in the Premier League for Leon Chiwome up front for Wolves. And, we can't criticise him too much because the balls that he's had, or rather the lack of service that he's had, hasn't really been good enough from Wolverhampton Wanderers today. It was Fraser coming on for him, so the Irishman coming on for Wolves. The other change was João Gomez still in place, just being confirmation of who came on for him in just a moment. But play is still underway. Left-hand side for Wolves with Sarabia down the line to Chirawa, but it's intercepted. They're looking forward for a third. John Duran trying to find Diaby on the edge of the area. It's well intercepted though, and then John Duran does enough just to force a mistake back on the right side for Wolves. And Aston Villa with 5 minutes of normal time remaining. They can just coast really, can't for the rest of this game. Martinez not too much to do. They might just have a few minutes here where they need to sort of weather the storm of it. A little more energy from those substitutes, but they've done their jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it has been a weird game of football. I like to say Wolves, I played fine. You need them. So that's the three subs. Doherty, and Nathan Fraser, who played last week, was the only change out of that team who were beaten by Coventry. Not great form, but a spirited performance from Coventry. That who were down and out, weren't they? 2-1, 5 minutes of the game, and then somehow they ended up with a victory. The Sky Blues. Anyhow, nothing to throw salt to that open wound. Wolves have played all right today. Like I said, a side to be proud of. Gary Neal will be, I think, relatively pleased with the performance, but you need to have everything going for you in the Premier League against a good team. As the cross comes in, maybe a chance here, and the header goes over the top from Doherty. Real big opportunity now. Cross from the left. If that is the back of the net, maybe we've got Cable, maybe a chance for a point. Just throwing bodies forward here now. It was a good ball in.
Too little, too late from Gary O'Neill's side, but it was a half chance. The ball was up in the air. It was waiting to be headed towards goal. I think Lucadinian just does enough just to get in front of Doherty and stop it being a sort of clear-cut chance. It's one of his first touches off the bench there. Doherty, it's headed towards goal. Going to be another change for Aston Villa. The goal scorer of the first goal, Diaby, who got us going this afternoon after 36 minutes. Lovely strike from the edge of the area. The goalkeeper was slightly unsighted in that effort, but he's been replaced with 2.5 minutes of normal time remaining. On comes Tim Oregibum for just his 6th league game this season. Goes off the bench for the 20-year-old. Again, that's pretty much all you mentioned. That chance there. He would have had a game, but Aston Villa really good value for 3 points with around 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, I mean, the Wolves have got good stats, haven't they, against Villa, but just not their day-to-day. And I think going forward, I'd be looking to oppose Wolves. And it's not because they're not a good team with a good manager. For all the reasons I said, it's about the goals. You find you can play well. It's not in the back of the net. It doesn't count for anything. And also you just lose that confidence. You're never going to win games, are you, if you can't score? I mean, it's an obvious thing to say, but I think the players, they can get a bit down on themselves. We played really well, but we couldn't score. With a youngster at the top. I mean, we saw Yao Gomez just having a pop in with the old striker for not closing down. You're thinking, well, so exactly the encouragement he needed. Bad game. That's the point. I think I'd be giving him before marking 5 out of 10. It's not been merely about, we just didn't see enough room on the ball. But that can be the problem of a youngster anyways, that in games they're a little bit quiet. They don't feel that they belong there. They're not putting themselves about. Not everybody's Mikhail Antoni, are they? Throwing themselves at the ball. But I just wanted to see more from him. I didn't really see it.
Not presence, was it? You just wonder whether nerves maybe got to him. He's been thrust into the starting lineup for a local derby against a really strong Villa side.
นึกว่าโดนลักพาตัวไปแล้วไม่ยังอยู่พี่
In fourth, well, they'll jump up to
ไปนวดเมียมาเมียหลับแล้ว
overtook them earlier, but at the start of the weekend they were fourth, so remaining fourth in those Champions League places.
I mean, Wolves have got a really good opportunity next time up at Burnley, but that is not a game that you can on a play even against that opposition. Here come Villa again.
Run there from Bailey. He was fouled on the way through, and I think the referee Paul Turney agrees. It was Totti on the retreat who just caught the Jamaican's ankles and just stopped him on the edge of the area.
Yeah, definitely a yellow card. Totti Gomez. So after that, Wolves take on West Ham United at home. Forest away. I mean, it's not the most difficult run of fixtures, but I just think they're going to struggle in all the fixtures with the lack of firepower. They need the likes of Cunha or Waggy Chandler, whoever they can get back. They're just not punching at the minute.
Yeah, not enough attacking options, a little bit toothless from Gary O'Neill's men. They have got 9 minutes in the second half to find something, to give those away fans something to shout about. Which should indicate the minimum 9 have gone. We'll play 40 seconds of those in waiting for this free kick to be taken. As John mentioned, it was a yellow card there for Totti at the back for Wolves. On his retreat, trying to win the ball. Free kick then for Aston Villa. 3 over it. Douglas Luiz, Yuri Tillemans, and Luca Digne. Which of the 3 will take this? Douglas Luiz steps up, dinks it towards the back post, headed away only as far as Zaniolo. He springs on the boot, blocked. Recycled then back to Carlos. Zaniolo picks it up again, corner of the box on the left hand side. Gives it to Leon Bailey, down the line for Digne. Skips away from Doughty. He does well just to keep him level. Swing the ball back. It's great work though from the Frenchman. Strong challenge there from Doughty to win it back. Scrappy down that right hand side, but Wolves come away with it through Boubacar Traore. Back to Doughty. Cross the ball from him to the left hand side. This ball is Bueno. Gets no back and run here from Totti. There's a run down the line there from Chihuahua, who can't keep the ball in. It's going to be a throw in on that right hand side. And again, just not good enough from Wolves. Yes, it's a game that they're trailing, but just not really got going in this game. Really had many chances since that Aït-Nouri one in the first half, John.
Yeah, I think they played well. I mean, I don't know what O'Neill said, but he said it's about like 10 feet tall, and they had a good spell first 15 minutes, didn't they? And again, a 15-minute spell after the break where, you know, he'd reinforced the ideas. You can go out, you can play well.
Kane
No reason why you can't.
มงเข้าไม่ได้
But then that confidence
เป็นไงบ้างวะพี่อีกคู่หนึ่งอ่ะ
You know, and Villa, who I don't know where their heads are at. You know, they're in a poor drop of form. Missing key cogs for them. Somehow, you know,
โอ้ย2-0แล้วอ่ะดอร์ทมุนด์อ่ะ
Villa have had their
ดอร์ทมุนด์นำ2-0เหรอ
when they've had their spells, the balls they're just vanished in the back of the net. It's a big difference, but that is the difference.
Hugo Bueno gets a crossing from that left hand side.
มาเยือนกูเหี้ยแพ้ดอร์ทมุนด์
does well.
ในขณะที่เลเวอร์ชนะ
Gets pulled back by a Wolves defender there. The other Bueno it was, Santiago Bueno. Free kick then for Aston Villa. Just inside their own half. It's been a real handful, John. You mentioned earlier off the bench at half time.
ปีนี้ทุกอย่างมาหาเลเวอร์จริงๆใช่พี่
No one's really had a better performance than him, you would say.
Yeah, it was punching, you know, punching their weight. You know, if it's not him, then I'd probably add man of the match to Martinez, who kept his team in it with a good save all week. You say Norwich should have finished it, but you know, somehow he found a way to save it. I always find that good keepers, they find a way, don't they? You know, how that could have gone in, but it's in the but somehow he managed to save it. Here we go again, Wolves into the box. There was a good challenge from Carlos, and then Conser is brought down. Might be a yellow card there for the youngster, but he's walking away, Nathan Fraser. And with 5 minutes left, they're politely inquiring at the door, aren't they, at Wolves? And there's no shortage of effort. You know, the way that the manager sets up gives them a chance, but you know, I think they could play till midnight.
Luckily they won't have to. They played 94 and a half minutes, so 4.5 minutes remaining. 9 added on at the end of this second half. There was a long stoppage for a technical issue with the assistants Mikes. Zaniolo, who made a run. Aims on a pass back there as Jose Sarr picked it up, but the referee waved those complaints away and throws out towards Matt Doherty, gives it to Sarabia, back to Boubacar Traore. Lovely lofted ball from right to left into the chest of Hugo Bueno. Chihuahua comes to support, but he has to go back and send to Totti. They were just going forward here, Wolves trying to grab a goal. A little bit exciting towards the end of the second half. Traore. Right is Sarabia under pressure from Digne, down the line to Doherty. If he's onside, this will be a good chance. Across the face of goal, he can't pick out a man in orange. It's cleared away by Aston Villa, by Pau Torres, and out for a corner on that right-hand side for Wolves.
Well, they keep on going, don't they? And here and again, you know, it's terrible defending from Villa. Usually that back line is absolutely straight to the eye. particularly team with wing backs like they are Wolves. You know, you can't have the deepest line man, the man next to his goalkeeper, and just allows.
เผื่อได้แชมป์ตั้งแต่สงกรานต์
round the back.
ใช่เหรอพี่เลเวอร์อะ
Again, he's done all right. Kane, Kessler, Hayden comes on. See this kid before, so we're seeing some of the youngsters, aren't we? England under 20, and I think this is his debut, so good for him.
Debut for Aston Villa. Premier League debut as the corner comes in from Wolves, but it's dealt with by Aston Villa, or rather dealt with by Lamina, because he's headed the ball very wide. Performance, I thought, from Bailey this afternoon. Questions. He can go right or he can go left. He'll be credited with an assist for the first goal because his pass took a touch from the defender before Diaby hit it, but he was instrumental in that first goal. It's a really good season for Aston Villa. Of course, as you mentioned, his day is done. Kane, Kessler, Hayden comes on, and a little bit of a run out and a debut for him, and on a day of debuts. As well as Conte wins the ball back from Gary O'Neill's side, although recovered it with a minute and a half remaining. Wolves will keep possession of the ball, just try to the very end to get a goal. 1-2 there between Doherty and Traore. Heavy ball into the feet of Sarabia. He'll do well to control that, and in fact he doesn't. But then Medina comes in and goes away, going to Aston Villa on the side. Side now for Totti, and line for Hugo Bueno. He's got a run from Chirawa, goes inside instead to Lamina, about 10 yards from the halfway line now is Kilman, outside for Santiago Bueno. Ultimate possession here for Wolves, and Aston Villa happy for them to keep it as well. Ball over the top then, looking for the run of Doherty, cut out. Zaniolo will pick it up for Aston Villa. He's got fouled as Doherty wins the ball back. The ball's in the area now. Fraser gets a shot off on goal, but it hits the side netted. And that's more like it from Wolves. I think he might have been offside anyway in the build-up there, but just hitting one. That's what we didn't see earlier from Chouameni. Fraser just gets a chance and hits it.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, I think he was. Sure. He could have been but anyway. His shot wasn't on target. Give it a crack. Hit the side netted, so it wasn't going over. And he really caught hold of it. There was conviction in that, so it was something, wasn't it? But yeah, maybe he starts the next game rather than the other youngster. But anyway, we'll see.
We will see. As we have played 9 minutes. The 9 minutes that are added on, so all eyes towards Paul Turney, ready to blow his whistle. But there's going to be one last Wolves attack here on the right-hand side. Strong challenge though from the Aston Villa defender to win the ball back. Douglas Luiz comes away with it as well. He gets fouled. Does he? No, the referee says play on as Wolves recover the ball with Fraser. Back to Doughty, halfway line forward, then to Sarabia. Poor ball is intercepted by Digne. Zaniolo now, perhaps another chance, another goal for Aston Villa. Zaniolo strides forward, doesn't really do anything, can't make his mind up. That's the last action of the second half, the last action of the game in which Aston Villa have won comfortably in the end. The goals coming in the first half from Diaby and then the second half from Conte. Aston Villa 2, Wolves 0.
เรียบร้อยครับเพื่อนจบ 2-0 เรียบร้อยโรงเรียนจีนครับเพื่อน 2-0 ก็เดี๋ยวเราดูคู่แมนยูกันต่อนะเพื่อนตอนตี 3ก็เดี๋ยวเจอกันตอนตี 3นะฝากสปอนเซอร์ด้วยนะครับสโมท็อปนะครับมั่นคง 100% นะเข้าร่วมลีกแฟนตาซีนะครับทักไลน์ @smotop FPL นะครับหรือคลิกที่ลิงก์ที่ผมปักหมุดไว้นะครับฝากเพื่อนช่วยกดติดตามกด Subscribe ด้วยนะครับเดี๋ยวเจอกันตอน ตี 2:55เดี๋ยวเจอกันครับพี่บ๊ายบายไปแล้วเดี๋ยวผมขออนุญาตไปพักแป๊บนึง